DoorDash just reported their best quarter ever. Revenue up 25%, orders up 20%, gross order value up 23%. Wall Street is celebrating. But here's what they're not talking about. Drivers are sitting in parking lots for hours. Orders have dried up. Pay is down, and the 2025 algorithm changed. It's made everything worse. I've been dashing for over 7 years across multiple zones and markets. What I'm about to show you explains exactly why your earnings dropped and what you can do about it. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about what actually changed in 2025. DoorDash rolled out what they call an advanced AI-driven order assignment system. Sounds all fancy, right? Here's what it really means for drivers. The old system was more predictable. You knew your hot zones, you knew your busy times, you could position yourself strategically and get consistent orders. The new algorithm uses demand prediction. It's trying to be smarter, but it's creating chaos at the driver level. I tested this across a couple of zones for a couple of weeks. Same time blocks, same days of the week. Here's what I found. So the first zone I tried, I used to be on an average probably about 4 orders per hour. Now I went to that zone, it was about 2.5 per hour. Zone 2 used to be my money-making market at the dinner time. It was my go-to for everything. Now it's completely unpredictable. And the last zone I tried, the algorithm kept sending me orders that made me drive 15, 20 minutes away when I was in front of all these different restaurants. AI is trying to predict where demand will be, but it's getting it completely wrong. And guess what? The dashers are paying the price. You'll get 3 orders in 10 minutes. Then you might turn around and get nothing for an hour, depending on how much you actually made. The flow is completely erratic. And here's the kicker. The algorithm prioritizes, get this, new drivers. DoorDash wants them hooked on the system with good orders early. The veteran drivers are just kind of getting the leftovers. And I've talked to dozens of drivers experiencing the same exact thing. Let me know if this is happening in your market. But the algorithm isn't the only problem. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. There are just way too many darn drivers out there. DoorDash has been aggressively recruiting. Sign-up bonuses, referral bonuses. Let me know if you have a referral bonus in your market. They flooded the market with drivers. Here's the math. Let's say your market has 100 orders per hour during the dinner rush. Last year, there might have been 50 active drivers, which equals 2 orders per driver per hour. This year, now 100 active drivers equals 1 order per driver per hour. It's the same demand. People are ordering, but now we have double supply of dashers. Your earnings just completely got slashed and cut in half. I don't know about you, but I'm seeing 15 to 20 dashers in the same parking lot that I used to sit myself. We're all competing for the same orders, and it gets worse. DoorDash doesn't care about oversaturation because they still make their money. More drivers means faster delivery times, better customer experience. But for us, it's a race to the bottom of the barrel. I've watched veteran drivers just quit. I know personally people had just said, forget it. People who have been doing this for 3, 4, 5 years, they're just walking away because it's not worth it anymore. The gig economy promised flexibility and decent pay. Now it's delivering neither, if you ask me. Now, here's what really gets me. While DoorDash executives are celebrating the 25% revenue growth and reporting profits, drivers are sitting in parking lots 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I talked to a Dasher the other day that waited an hour and making nothing. Let me paint a picture for you. DoorDash's CEO's compensation, over $40 million in their recent years. Meanwhile, drivers are just struggling to cover the cost of gas at this point. DoorDash is thriving. Orders are up, revenue is up, stock prices are up. But the people actually doing the work, the ones that are delivering the food, the one that is making them the revenue, dealing with the difficult customers, putting miles on our cars, we're making less money every single year. It's frustrating after a while. This is the side of DoorDash's success. They figured out how to maximize profits by squeezing the drivers. More drivers competing for orders mean that they can pay less per delivery because there's really no demand. But really, we have no choice to either take it or just quit. The choice is always up to us, but DoorDash always wins. Now look at these, $10.25 for 12.6 miles, a $2 stacked order for 12 miles. These are real orders. This is what record growth actually looks like for drivers. All right, enough doom and gloom. Let's talk about what you can actually do about this. I'm not going to lie to you, these strategies won't fix oversaturation problems. They will always exist until DoorDash does something about their problems, or our problems, I guess. They don't have problems. They have a 25% growth. But they will help you survive and maximize what's left out there. First of all, strategy number one, multi-app. This is honestly at this point a non-negotiable, especially if DoorDash really isn't doing it for you and you keep losing money. I personally run DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, Instacart, a couple of catering apps. When DoorDash goes quiet, I flip to my other apps. You cannot rely on just one platform anymore. The days of DoorDash only, unfortunately and sadly, are just over in my opinion. Strategy number two, zone optimization. Test different zones at different times. The algorithm has changed the game. So your old hotspots might honestly be dead and buried at this point. I found a whole bunch of completely different zones, some 15 minutes away, some 30 minutes away, that sometimes are consistently better than my own home location. You have to do some research on this one. It might take you time, but the payoff might be better in the long run. Strategy number three, if this is available in your market, this is new, it might not be available in some markets. Use the pause offers from the store feature. They rolled this out in a couple markets this past year, but if you can pause orders coming from certain restaurants that are problematic, it will really help you in the long run and might actually help your hourly rate because you won't be waiting around. Also, use worry-free unassign. If that feature isn't available, hopefully this one is available as well. Don't waste your time more than 10 minutes at a restaurant if you have worry-free unassign. At this point, it is more important to let orders go and move on to the next one so you can still make money. Restaurants have been an ongoing issue for drivers years past and currently right now. I feel like that's never going to change. But by using either one of these features, hopefully you can move on and still make money the way that you want to. Unfortunately, what the strategies I just talked about, they're kind of band-aids on a very broken system. The real solution is DoorDash needs to stop oversaturating markets. I think we can all agree on that one. And this will never happen. Pay its drivers a little bit more fairly. But until that happens, don't hold your breath. But until that really happens, let's be real, it probably will never happen. You need to adapt or you'll be left behind. Adapting is the key to a lot of success on DoorDash these days. If you don't adapt, you might be even making less money than what you currently are at. Here's the bottom line. DoorDash changed its algorithm. They didn't tell anybody about it. They didn't tell Dashers about it. They flooded the market with more drivers and they're profiting while Dashers are waiting for the next order to come in. If you're feeling the squeeze, you're not alone. Thousands of drivers are experiencing the same exact thing that you are. There's always truth to what we go through every day and what's really happening out there. So what do you think about this? What do you think about DoorDash having all these profits? Are you seeing the gains out of this? Because I know a lot of Dashers aren't. I know we talk a lot in this channel about DoorDash, and probably you're here because you want to learn more information. This one is up next. I'll see you over there.